Good morning, everybody. On Wildwood Tree Farm in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. Getting ready to go out and do some spot spraying, specifically going after deer tongue, autumn olive, any early Japanese tiltgrass that we can find, and any leftover wild garlic mustard. Part of our spot spraying apparatus here is this lovely little rechargeable 1-gallon sprayer. And so what I do is I fill up my main tank here. Today we're only going to go out with 8 gallons because I'm finishing off from a day or two of spraying and my glyphosate, and I can just fill it up from this tank to here, 1 gallon at a time, if I need to walk out into the fields and do some spot spraying, which we'll be doing, and I'll be able to show you how nice things are looking. But before we do, little Callie wants to say good morning to everybody. Hey, baby. Yes, our little foundling cat. She's turned out to be quite the addition to our family. Yes. Okay. She might want to go with me today. All right, we have this auxiliary plug-in here, which I have. It's 12 volts, and my pump out on my sprayer is 12 volts, my main sprayer. So let's just plug this thing in, turn on the ignition. Okay, the sprayer is activated. We're in turf mode here, which is one rear wheel drive. We're going to reverse. We're going to keep it in just kind of maximum range, and every now and then we'll need to go down the low, just do some very, very slow creeping and uphill or downhill or something like that. All right, take it out of parking brake, put it in reverse, and we're on our way. We're going to be heading down this particular trail and focusing on one of our pollinator meadows, wildflower meadows today. I see one of our quarries right over here. We'll just be lazy and not get out of the Polaris for right now. And there it is. I'm not going to run over these fields. That kind of flattens them out and breaks stems of these taller flowers that are trying to come up. And of course this area here is a mixture of goldenrod, which is quite beautiful, and there's a stand of right out there of deer tongue, which I got yesterday by walking through here. And all of that over there is deer tongue, which I got yesterday, so just a matter of time. So we'll continue on our search. We'll get out and walk. Here's some right here. It's shining in the sunshine, and I got it just a few minutes ago. There's another area that we've been over the years, changing it gradually from a old worn-out pasture to wildlife pollinator production field, and it's really quite productive. Right there, there's a little tree tent right there. If I can't tell if my finger's on it, but you can see the tree tent. That's a real American chestnut that we planted, and it's doing very well. Let's continue up through these pines into the next pollinator meadow. Walk into this pollinator meadow here, this part right here, and here we have a bunch of deer tongue. Here's this one. You see, with this little hand sprayer, you can walk into your field and kind of do a spot spray. And it's not like I'm doing a little yard here either. I've got, well, many acres of this stuff going here. You see how that's all glistening? And that's the idea. We'll walk through this field here and see what we can find. There it is. See it? Right there. Okay. And not being very careful not to hit this beautiful tall grass. These wing stems coming up, and there's some more right there. And you see how they look very similar to what we want to save. So over there is what we want to save, and this right here, what we sprayed, is what we want to get. I walk slowly so I can spot the stuff, but I also walk slowly looking for snakes. I'm more worried about rattlesnakes, of course, than anything. So that stuff just kind of hides, but you can spot spray and find it. I'm trying to step in between these tall plants. See how they kind of come into focus? It's beautiful. And you can't avoid collateral damage, but doing it this way, you keep it at a minimum. This is a good example of deer and other larger animals bedding down in here. They like this wild Virginia rye that has gone to seed and spreading itself. Like to bed down in here. This is special. This is what happens when you take time to allow your land to do what it's going to do with some mild management on your part. Here's a lovely little toad on this wingstem leaf. Isn't that something? Give you an idea, it's tiny. Beautiful grass. Working our way through here. Oh, here's a young sassafras tree right here, trying to come up. Oh, and there's some deer tongue right here. Look at the variety of plants. It's really quite pretty. Queen Anne's lace right here. Some more right here. Getting ready to blossom. You know, when you first start doing this, it seems sort of tedious and kind of go, oh gosh, what kind of impact am I going to have? But over the years, you can become very encouraged because you can see the positive impact of what you're doing. See, straight ahead, we're getting into a significant growth of dogbane as well as common milkweed. Of course, dogbane is a member of the milkweed family, and you can see, we'll get up there, I don't know if you can see them from here, but there's a significant number of butterflies in there. Yes, I can look at all of them. So anyway, we'll get up there, see if we can get something closer, at least some closer videos. Aha! Look at this. You don't want that to become all just concentrated this, and it will. You can see what it's doing here. There's some more over there. Let's just get this. I consider these areas very sensitive because they're very productive for the milkweed, and blanket spraying just doesn't work because you kill milkweed. You don't want to do that. So work our way through here. There's another little pod here. See, here's some dogbane leaning over. See if we can't push it out of the way. Okay. See this dogbane? How beautiful it is. Be careful not to touch it with my wand tip. And oh, look, a lovely butterfly or moth. I guess that's a moth right over there. Another one. Let's look over to our side. There's a patch right over there. It's be easy to get to. And there's some more right over there. So we'll kind of work our way over. Get all this deer tongue. Okay. Getting careful where we step. See how the ground is kind of open, which is nice. It allows for passage of smaller animals like birds and rabbits. Oops. Yep, that's gotten hit. Okay. Take in the beauty of what's around us. See, this is what we're after. Oh, I wish you could smell it in here. It smells heavenly. See, it just keeps going on and on and on, thanks to our efforts. This common milkweed is trying to get to the blooming stage. Look what's sticking its head up. These lovely seed pods right here are from what we're trying to poison. There it is. I'll have to get that. And what I'll do is I'll come in here and move this away from this common milkweed and poison that. Here's another one down here. You just stand here and look. This is one of the pleasures of managing a place like this, is watching the results, watch nature. But it could also be distracting because I have a lot of ground here to cover on foot. So I'll get to busy with that. There's the Polaris parked over there on a connecting trail, and I have all these areas divided up into sections by trails, which allows me to have a good cross-sectional view of this whole like 15-20 acre area that we're in at this point in time. You see, right now the wing stem and the bergamot and other things and the goldenrod are coming up and not flowering yet, so they're not attracting their share of pollinators. And so now we're basically in the milkweed family. time of year. And so we'll come back when these others are doing well, and you'll see there's a different population of insects and a different level of activity. So we'll continue on down this trail, and I'll park up towards the end up in there, and then we'll continue our quest. Now we already did the right side over here, so now we need to do this left side in between these loops. So you see we did this, all of this, we just walked all of that. And now we're getting ready to walk this. I'll go up here and park in the shade. Everything you're looking at when we moved here 37 years ago was just a barren, tangled mess of multiflora roses and highly eroded old crop fields and abused hay fields and pastures.